I've now finished generating my new project. So inside my workspace directory, if I list out all my files and folders again, I'll see a new directory inside of here named after a project called cards. So I'm going to change into that folder and then start up my development server. Again, remember we can start that up with either npm start or ng serve. Either one, totally fine. I've also gone ahead and started up my code editor at the same time. So I've opened up my code editor inside this new cards project directory. I closed my old editor where we were working on the password generation app. So we're going to be working entirely inside the cards folder from now on. The first thing I think we need to take care of is figure out the styling side of our application. The reason I say that is that it's very clear that we've got a certain goal on this CSS or styling side. I think that if we start to attack the CSS right from the get-go, we'll end up with a really good-looking application, and it will not require you to copy-paste in a lot of HTML at the very end, as we did in the last application. So let's go through the process of wiring up that Bulma CSS library once again. Before we do so, I want to pull up the Bulma documentation really quickly. Remember, you can get there at bulma.io. Once here, I'll find the documentation on the top left-hand side. And then on the far right-hand middle, I'll find the section that says Components. Inside there is a subsection called Card. So if I go to Card, we'll see something that looks like this right here. And so I'm sure you'll notice that this looks very similar to what you and I are trying to build right now. The image at the top, a title, username, and some content. So all we have to do is essentially get this style of HTML into our application along with Bulma, and we'll get something that looks like this. We're not going to use exactly this HTML because you'll notice that this little example right here has the extra little placeholder image, and it's also got some links and a date at the bottom that we don't need as well. So we're going to use something very close to this, but not quite exactly the same. All right, so let's go back over to our terminal. We're going to install Bulma into our project, and then we're going to link it up inside of that styles.css file once again. So I'll first go to my terminal. I'm going to once again open up a second terminal window inside my cards project directory, and I'll run npm install Bulma. After that is all done, I'll go back over to my code editor, and we'll make sure that we add that import statement inside of our styles.css file, just as we did a moment ago. So inside my cards project directory, I'll find the src folder. Inside there is styles.css. And once again, inside of here, we'll do @import Bulma css bulma.css. Cool, so we'll save that. Let's then go back over to our browser and open up a new tab to visit our application. We'll go back over to my browser, open up a new tab, and navigate to localhost:4200 once again. And once we go here, we're going to see the welcome page again, just as we had seen previously. You're going to notice that some of the styling on this page looks a little bit messed up. That is because the styling that is included in the starter application is now conflicting with the Bulma CSS that we just added. That is totally fine, because remember, we're going to remove all that default CSS in just a moment. Okay, so now that we've got a good starting point here, we've got Bulma, we've got our project generated, we'll come back in the next video and start writing out some HTML to create these different cards.